Hi guys, welcome back to Kess's Cuisine, where we satisfy your food cravings with easy and amazing recipes. If you're new to my channel, hello, you're very much welcome. And if you're opening this channel, thank you so much for coming back to my channel. I love you so much. So as you can see from the video and the pictures, you will know that we are making Nigerian chicken stew. Now this stew is a banger, and in fact I can't wait to share the recipe with you guys. Now first things first, our ingredients. We are going to be using some protein, of course. We are going to be using some bell pepper. We are going to be using some tomato, some onions. We are going to be using some selection of spices, garlic, white pepper. I really love this brand of tin tomato. It's really, really nice. We're also going to be using some chicken spice, and then we are going to be using this very flavorful Maggi. So nice. And then we're going to be using some curry. So let's get the party started. The first thing you want to do is that you would want to clean your chicken thighs, because when I buy like frozen chicken, like this thing is always there, like the skin is always on the body of the chicken. So you want to peel it out to give you like the best and clean chicken thigh ever. So when I was done cleaning it, or you can actually chop off the edge of that fit so that you avoid like trying to scrape it and all. So when I was done cleaning my chicken, I want to start by spicing it and allowing it to sit for some time. So this is like an all-purpose seasoning cube. After that, I'm going to be adding in my white pepper. I'm going to be adding in my garlic. I'm going to be adding in my curry. Curry gives like food, your food, a very nice aroma. Okay, and I'm going to be using this very beautiful, lovely taste of Maggi cubes. I really, really, really love it. And I'm also going to be adding in some onion, some sliced onions. Now, I usually add like a mix of pepper to my chicken or meat when I want to make stew, or just boil my meat for jollof rice or something. So this is what I really like doing, like adding pepper to it, to my mix. It adds very nice flavor to your food, and I will allow it sit for some time before I start cooking it. Okay, now while my meat is marinating, I will prepare my sweet pepper, my bell pepper, my tomato, my onions. I will prepare it to get like a pepper mix so that I can use it for my stew base. Now there are different ways of preparing stew. Some people like grilling or roasting. Let's say roasting their pepper before they use it for stew. That one is very nice. Is a mad step. So some other people like boiling the pepper and tomato and onions, like boiling it whole before blending it. That is also another way of making stew. But this for this recipe, I am just going to be doing it directly. Like I am not boiling, I am not roasting it. I am just cutting and washing everything together, and then I will blend this. So this is my pepper mix. And when my pepper mix was ready, it was time for me to start steaming my meat. I'm going to allow my meat to cook in its own, cook and sweat out its own juice before I add in any water. Okay. So after about 10 minutes or 7 minutes, this was the amount of juice that my meat was able to sweat out. So I will stir properly, and then I will add in some more water that will cook my chicken properly. So when my chicken as while my chicken is cooking, I'm going to start preparing my stew. Okay. So first thing I want to do is that I will want to fry my tin tomato. Like you add some groundnut oil to your pot, of course. You add in your onions, allow your onions to fry until it is translucent, and then you're going to be adding in your tin tomato. Now, when you are making stew and you add in your tin tomato, allow your tin tomato to fry, jiggets, before you put in your tomatoes. So this step is very important for stew for me. So what I will do is that I will be here and I will stir my tin tomato very often. Don't allow it to get burnt until it is fried, like well fried. If it's fried, I think you would know with your eyes. I actually know, like just looking at it, I know my tin tomato is ready. So you want to stir it properly until it is fried. And when I was satisfied with how it looks, I decided to add in my pepper mix to my tin tomato. So I'll add in my pepper mix to my tin tomato and I will allow that cook for some time until it is kind of dry, but not really dry. You will see it as we go through the video. So as my pepper was cooking, my chicken was ready. And your chicken broth is very important when you are making stew. So when my chicken was ready, I decided to start frying my chicken in another pot. And I really love my chicken oil. I really love using my chicken oil to cook my stew. Okay, so if you notice, I added small granite oil to that tin tomato that was on fire. That is because I am going to add this chicken oil into the stew again. And when I'm making my stew, I really like using lots of oil and then I'll strain out my oil later. Okay, now when you add in enough oil to your stew or to cook your stew, it allows your stew cook properly, it allows your stew fry very well. And when I am done with that, I am going to actually take out the excess oil from my stew. Okay, all right, now it is just my own step. You can actually decide not to use in so much oil if you don't want. And then at this point, because remember my tomatoes was cooking before, so my tomatoes is already like halfway done. So I'm going to be adding my chicken broth. At this point, when you add your chicken broth, you want to season and adjust your spice to your taste. I added some seasoning cube, I added more garlic powder, and I'm going to allow that cook until it is cooked dry. Okay. Now, as you can see, my stew, this is what they call singing stew. Look at the way he's just doing para 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 para. Anyways, at this point, if you have not liked my video, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Click the subscribe button. Like this video, please comment. Tell us what you want to see in our next video. We are here for you. And as my stew was singing and cooking very violently, I decided to add in my chicken. So I'll add in my chicken and I'll allow this stew to soak into my chicken properly before I put it down. You don't want to add your chicken too early, because if you add your chicken too early, your chicken will be too soft at the end of the day. So add your chicken when your stew is almost ready. And as you can see, I am taking out the excess oil that I talked about earlier in this video. Now I'll drain it until I'm satisfied with the amount of oil that is in my stew. Okay, so when I was done draining, this was what my stew looks like. The stew was ready. The aroma was a banger, was a hit. It was calling the neighbors left and right to come and see. And just like that, my Nigerian chicken stew is ready. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.